Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill was born on November 30th, 1874, at Blenheim Palace, a grand estate gifted to his ancestor, the first Duke of Marlborough, for his military triumphs. His father, Lord Randolph Churchill, was an ambitious politician in the Conservative Party, while his mother, Jenny Jerome, was a glamorous American socialite. Despite this noble lineage, Churchill's childhood was far from nurturing. Both parents were largely absent, leaving him in the care of his devoted nanny, Mrs. Elizabeth Everest, who he later described as a central figure in his early life. This early experience of emotional distance helped shape the fiercely independent and determined character that would define him. Churchill struggled academically in his early years, performing poorly in many subjects but showing remarkable talent in English and history. His persistence eventually earned him a place at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, where he excelled in military studies and was commissioned into the British Army. His early career was a blend of adventure and intellectual ambition. He served in India, Sudan, and South Africa, where he demonstrated bravery and resourcefulness. During the Boer War, he made a daring escape from a prisoner of war camp, an act that earned him international fame. Beyond the battlefield, he wrote extensively, publishing dispatches and books that established his reputation as both a soldier and a writer. Churchill entered politics at a young age, initially as a Conservative member of Parliament. In 1904, he made the dramatic decision to join the Liberal Party, believing that it offered greater opportunity for reform. Over the next decade, he held several key positions, including President of the Board of Trade, Home Secretary, and First Lord of the Admiralty. In these roles, he introduced progressive social reforms, from labor protections to unemployment insurance, and laid the groundwork for the modern British welfare state. During World War I, Churchill faced both triumph and failure. He was instrumental in planning the Gallipoli campaign, intended to knock the Ottoman Empire out of the war. The campaign, however, ended in disaster, with heavy Allied casualties, leading to his resignation from the Admiralty. Refusing to fade into obscurity, Churchill served on the front lines in France, demonstrating personal courage and resilience. After the war, his political career continued, but the 1930s proved challenging. Many dismissed him as an eccentric or politically outdated, while his warnings about Hitler and the rise of Nazi Germany were largely ignored. Despite this, he persisted, tirelessly advocating for military preparedness and resistance against fascism. With the outbreak of World War II in September 1939, Churchill returned to prominence as First Lord of the Admiralty. When Neville Chamberlain resigned in May 1940 after military setbacks in Europe, Churchill became Prime Minister. Almost immediately, he faced the grim reality of a Europe dominated by Nazi forces. His leadership style, marked by defiance and relentless energy, inspired a nation facing potential annihilation. His speeches, radio broadcasts, and public addresses were instrumental in sustaining British morale. He became a symbol of determination, rallying his people with phrases that are now legendary. Churchill maintained a close and complex relationship with the British monarchy during the war. He worked closely with King George VI, advising on military strategy, sharing intelligence, and coordinating war efforts. Despite his often blunt and outspoken nature, Churchill deeply respected the king and sought his counsel on key decisions. Their relationship was based on mutual trust, a shared sense of duty, and the understanding that the survival of the nation and the crown were inseparable. The king, in turn, valued Churchill's vision, courage, and capacity to inspire the nation. Churchill also navigated the delicate balance of maintaining parliamentary authority while honoring the monarchy, ensuring that decisions were made with both democratic accountability and royal consultation. Throughout the war, Churchill was instrumental in forging alliances with the United States and the Soviet Union. He developed a close personal and working relationship with President Franklin D. Roosevelt, coordinating strategies that would eventually lead to the defeat of Nazi Germany. Despite tensions and occasional disagreements, his diplomatic skills were critical in maintaining a unified front among the Allied powers. Churchill's understanding of global geopolitics, combined with his relentless energy and oratory genius, positioned Britain as a central player in the liberation of Europe. The darkest hours of the war tested Churchill's resilience. During the Blitz, when German bombers relentlessly attacked London, he refused to leave the capital, personally visiting bombed districts and boosting civilian morale. His decision to remain visible in times of danger reinforced his image as a steadfast leader who shared in the sufferings of his people. Churchill's wartime leadership was defined not only by strategic brilliance, but also by personal courage and a refusal to yield, no matter the odds. Churchill's relationship with the royal command extended beyond wartime strategy. He respected the traditions and authority of the monarchy, understanding its symbolic and practical importance in sustaining national unity. He often sought King George VI's advice, ensuring that military and political decisions aligned with the monarchy's perspective. Their partnership was a crucial element in maintaining the stability of Britain during unprecedented global turmoil. Churchill also recognized the monarchy's role in public morale, advising the king on speeches and public appearances that strengthened national resolve. After the war, Churchill's influence persisted, though he faced political defeat in the 1945 elections. Despite this, his legacy was firmly established as the leader who had guided Britain through its darkest days. He returned to power briefly in the 1950s, continuing to shape foreign policy during the early Cold War. Throughout his career, Churchill remained a prolific writer, historian, and thinker, winning the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1953 for his historical writings. Winston Churchill passed away on January 24, 1965, leaving a nation and a world shaped by his courage, vision, and indomitable spirit. His life was a testament to perseverance, intellect, and leadership under extreme pressure. From his distant childhood to his emergence as a global figure, from the trials of political setbacks to the triumphs of wartime leadership, Churchill's story is one of extraordinary resilience. His relationship with the British Crown exemplified the delicate balance of respect, duty, and collaboration between a democratic leader and a constitutional monarchy, a partnership that helped guide Britain through history's most perilous hour. Churchill's influence endures not only in history books, but in the way leadership, courage, and eloquence are remembered and studied. His speeches continue to inspire generations. His writings remain invaluable for understanding global conflict, and his example demonstrates the power of steadfast leadership in times of existential threat. The life of Winston Churchill is a story of a man who, despite immense challenges, refused to surrender, shaping the course of the 20th century and leaving a legacy that endures across the world.